These are 10 best features of the all-new Apple Watch Series 10. Starting off with that new Edge display. Apple wasn't kidding when they said this is a really advanced Edge display we haven't seen yet. After comparing it from the previous generation, which also featured a very similar Edge display technology, I can confidently say that it's easier to read your notifications or navigation if you're driving on your hand on the steering wheel as an example, or a quick notification that pops up no matter the angle. The next one is 2000 nits. Yes, I know this was available on this Ultra first generation as well as the Series 9, but I just had to mention this because a complaint from an older Apple Watch was sometimes in broad daylight 1000 nits was fine at all, but there has been multiple times where I at least had to cover my watch to see what my display is displaying. But 2000 nits is amazing because in a broad sunny environment, you can still have clear visibility of your display. And since we're still talking about the display, the new watch face that was added, reflections, this one right here, notice how when I cover it and enter always on display, we still have the second timer. And although this watch face is available on other Apple Watches, like the previous generation Apple Watch Ultra, this one just happens to be the newly added color. There we go. Now we have a side-by-side comparison. If we covered them up, notice how the second hand is gone and will only appear when the watch is awake. Only the Series 10, well, with this watch face, the second hand still shows right there. Because if we launch another watch face with the second hand, it just goes away. Now, if only Apple could activate the second hand to work with other watch faces with the second hand while always on display is enabled. Clearly, the Series 10 has this ability. But as the time making this video, it's only the reflection one watch face that has this support. Now the stir feature, which has mixed feelings, I know, I've seen everything, and myself is included. There really wasn't much of a redesign on the Apple Watch, unfortunately. If I boot up this one and wait for it to turn on, there we go. Now you can see a general understanding. It's really hard to tell if there really was a redesign, but unless you look really closely, the digital crown has been updated slightly. And then this is said to be slightly thinner, but realistically, it's really hard to tell. But what is a new improvement is the new black color choice that we got given. You see the aluminum body is now available in the cool jet black finish, and this jet black is definitely one of my most favorite Apple Watch body colors available for the aluminum body. And then stainless steel is now gone and has been replaced with something stronger, titanium, which I looked at some videos and also checked them out in the Apple Store, and I gotta say this finish is extremely premium and very nice. Now, sleep apnea was something that was also given to the Series 10, which is also available on the Ultra as well as the Series 9, which should give you a hint that maybe possibly the Series 9 is a better deal right now, which I'll talk more about that in a little bit. But these three watches you see here all now support sleep apnea, which is really amazing and has been one of the most requested features to get added for sleep tracking data to prevent any health complications from starting. Now these three watches can now detect that and give you the heads up. But a feature that the Series 10 has that's exclusive is faster charging. A 0 to 80% charge will now take just 30 minutes, as there's faster charging coils in the back, which is quite amazing because I don't know any other smartwatch in the market that can charge this quickly. Typically it takes a little over an hour to properly charge a smartwatch. And then the speaker grill on the sides has been revamped because the Series 9 can now finally play audio from its internal speakers. Currently, the only app that supports it is Apple Music, of course, and the podcast app. Hopefully in the near future, we got third-party app support to also play audio through the speakers. But if I launch like a podcast to show you, I can now select the device by going here, select other speakers, and select the Apple Watch. I can now play it right here from the speaker, and the digital crown is the audio volume knob, which you can also go ahead and adjust in the speaker icon in your control center now. And just like the Ultra 1 and the second generation, there's now a new depth sensor located inside the Series 10. It's a depth sensor that's rated up to 6 meters. Not as extreme as the Ultra 1 and 2, but still nonetheless a cool feature if you're just doing minor scuba diving once in a while. Let me know in the comment section if you will be using this, because I honestly am not probably ever going to use it. It's a cool gimmick when I'm in the pool, but it's just a gimmick. And lastly, for number 10, Apple kept the price. They gave us a larger display, a new larger 42 and a larger 46mm display, and maintained the starting price like the previous generation Series 9 to the new Series 10, which is quite nice. That was my biggest fear when Apple announced it's going to be larger. This is the biggest Apple Watch we ever received for the series lineup. And again, it's quite nice that they maintained the price. And then as for an added bonus, the Series 9. Right now, it's an excellent time to buy the Series 9. You will be losing the advanced Edge display, but this Edge display is not really that much of a difference between the Series 10. But you do lose the new speaker functionality because the Series 9 does not support playing audio through the internal speaker, unfortunately. But for $100 off for all new Series 9, as the time making this video, I looked on Amazon, it's $329. That is a steal for a Series 9 that has sleep apnea support, ECG, a all-day battery, slightly fast charging, not really as fast as the Series 10, but nonetheless still good. The Series 9 right now is an excellent value, all thanks to the Series 10, which will give you access to all the features that we know and love from Apple Watches, tap to pay, tap to cash, as well as everything new that was added on watchOS 11. So if you're debating between a Series 10 or a Series 9 and you're on a tight budget, the Series 9 currently is an amazing value, so better get it before it's gone for good, but I don't think so. Apple should continue the Series 9 for quite a bit, or at least until retail stores sell out fully. And the benefit with the Series 9 is if you get a used one, so long as your model number starts with this, according to Apple's website, you still have blood oxygen sensor abilities, as that app is still up and running. The Series 10 unfortunately does not have blood oxygen sensor because of that patent violation that recently happened, unfortunately. But there you guys have it. That is 10 cool things about the Apple Watch Series 10, as well as some information you need to know about the Series 9 if you haven't picked one up yet. Thank you so much for watching.